Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big Three. I am Buzz Cutler, sitting alongside my noble swain, Buck Fever, and
there's a shadow.
Bass, you're in the Bass, you're in the way of the.
Reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Who do you think you are, Jimmie Johnson?
Kinda.
Yes, he's back in black.
Wait a minute.
It's dark blue, actually.
And that's
Elvis Costello right here.
I thought it was Clark Kent.
It's so funny to be seeing you after all these years.
I know.
But the way you look, I understand that you're...
Bass Masters and Buck Fever. Bass sporting the new spectacles.
I did get some new glasses, and you know, I think, Buzz Cutler, that is perhaps the key to Jimmie Johnson's resurgence. New glasses or contacts or something. Has to be, right?
Usually with Jimmie Johnson, it's more about facial hair. But Jimmie Johnson is issue number one on today's Rowdy.com Big Three, serving notice at the site of the first chase race that perhaps rumors of his demise were greatly exaggerated, not to mention the fact that the Hendrick cars looked strong.
Yeah, we did notice there, Buck,
they really
that we
did,
had,
every one of them.
what, 5 Hendrick or Hendrick-affiliated cars, counting, of course, Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman in the top 8 there. Junior was 8th. Jimmie won the race. Jeff Gordon was, what, 4th? Tony was 2nd. I mean, all of a sudden, these guys have it figured out, but we knew it was just a matter of time, right?
Well, yeah, you know, math being what it is, and I know we got plenty of racing left, but come on. Do you really think our champion is going to be anybody other than Denny Hamlin or Jimmie Johnson? Really?
Well, Denny Hamlin didn't look so hot out of track yesterday that I would have expected him to do very well at, yet there the Hendrick cars are. So I think Jimmie Johnson, he shows once again, there's no panic in this team. If they're a little bit behind, they figured out if they need to card top 10s, that's what they do. They got themselves their cushion back. Now let's go for some wins.
If I recall from Friday's video, Buck Fever picked Denny Hamlin and I picked Jimmie Johnson.
I thought I picked Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, I think he picked Jimmie, actually.
No, I think I picked...
No, he picked Jimmie.
I picked Reed Sorensen.
No, he picked Jimmie.
All right, issue number 2. Jeff Burton found himself in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Can you fault him and his team for making the call to stay out late in the race?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
No,
I'm going to say no. I don't know what you do. I mean, because if he pits, does Jimmie stay out? I mean, so I don't know what you do.
It's obviously a very difficult situation because, as you say, if you're the leader, there's a late caution like that, you come in for tires, you figure a bunch of guys are going to stay out and get the advantage on you that way. But I do think you can raise this question, right? Which is, if you're the leader and you have a fast car, do you really want to be playing defense at that point?
Right.
You know, now, it's easy to say in hindsight that, no, he should have taken tires and then he could have been aggressive. But I do think it's true. And also, you saw tires made a difference. Yes, in hindsight, you can say, oh, it's easy to make the call in hindsight. But that's what hindsight's for, right? To learn your lessons and say, well, maybe next time we'll take 4. Remember Jeff Gordon at Las Vegas taking 2 and Jimmie took 4 and Jimmie passed him? I just think it's like coming in for tires at that point in the race, there is a risk. You're giving something up. And Jeff Burton, who knows, if 4 or 5 guys from the back had stayed out, maybe it's a brilliant call.
That's what I'm saying. If he gets 5 guys...
It's hard to be too critical.
Yeah, if he gets 4 or 5 guys behind him, can Jimmie get all the way to the front? I don't know.
Although you will look at what Jimmie was able to do with Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that.
All right, issue number 3. We spent a lot of time this morning before we got into the studio talking about Juan Pablo Montoya, yet another finish of 30th or worse for his season.
I guess we could say a couple things. First thing is, I think the chase is over for him, and he is pressing awfully hard.
He's not dead yet.
Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead yet. It's over. He's pressing hard, and this just seems to always happen with him. He seems to be pressing, and something happens at the end.
It's easy to put these things down to bad luck, and you want to. Hey, I got caught up in a wreck. But at some point, you have to say, to me, Jimmie Johnson puts himself in position to win. Sometimes Juan Pablo puts himself in position to get wrecked or have these bad finishes. At some point, it can't be coincidence, can it?
Well, it just seems it happens time and time and time and time again.
I feel bad for the guy. I think he's fast. And if you look at last year, Cutler, you were mentioning this, if you look at last year and the way he approached trying to make the chase, I'm just going to lay down top 10s. This year, his car's faster. I feel like he can do more. Maybe he thinks he can do more. And maybe he's pushing a little bit to do more. Then you get behind and you push even harder. Becomes maybe a situation that you kind of screw yourself there.
I just know I saw him and Jeff Gordon. I don't know which one was the aggressor, but neither one of them was going to give each other an inch at a time when maybe they could have given each other an inch.
Interesting to me that Juan Pablo seemed to be really mad at Jeff Gordon and didn't seem to be that mad at Reed Sorensen. It looked like Reed Sorensen was like, see ya.
Doink.
I mean,
yeah,
who am I to say that he intentionally wrecked?
I don't think Reed Sorensen said doink.
I think he said shtoink.
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 Speaking of shtoink.
That has been your Rowdy.com Big 3 for today. For Buck Fever. I'm Bassmasters. That's Jerome Buzz Cutler with the camera and the questions. Do join us at rowdy.com. Post your own blogs, your own photos, leave comments on other people's stuff. It's a very good time, as it turns out.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.